First of all, I would like to thank Meadowin, who is currently the only person commenting on these videos. Thank you. Mwah, 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 mwah. You are amazing. Second of all, this was very much an interesting episode, and I am full of emotions. I actually had to physically stop myself from starting the next episode because I was ready. Anyways, all that set aside, let's start the summary. Yay! So those three morons from the previous episode end up sneaking into this door, which is clearly a no-no, and the head guy ends up possessed and goes missing. So the video starts with you getting a love confession letter from the girl that he helped save the other day. He's very much unsure of how to handle this, and before he could even fully question it, the girl runs away. Come on, man, if you're gonna make a love confession, stick around and hear the answer. Otherwise, what's the point? Now he has to hunt you down, if he's gonna hunt you down, which honestly I doubt he will. Shinoa ends up observing the whole disastrous thing before calling him a heartbreaker and then accurately guessing that he is in fact a virgin with no dating experience. She then says that by being a virgin, he's basically sinning because there's only like 10% of the population left, and apparently it is our civic duty to breed now, and he has to go and just have sex with all these women, which I don't know how I feel about that. She seems pretty crazy. After her strange breeding rant, she ends up showing off her honestly pretty cool sword, which has a demon in it. Or is the sword a demon? I don't know. Either way, it is badass and really creepy, and I really like the idea of living demon weapons. It kind of makes me think of Soul Eater a little bit, except creepier. Yu also loves Shinoa's weapon because he informs her that he's going to take it no matter what. He's going to grab it, take it, run away, and use it to avenge his dead family and would-be lover. But, of course, Shinoa's like, you can't just take it. I'm not going to give it to you. And that's not how it works. You have to form a contract. Kind of like in Soul Eater. The two have a really awesome fight. I really enjoyed this fight scene. It was really cool. But, of course, you had an ordinary sword. I don't understand how he thought he could beat her. I mean, come on. There was no possible way he was going to win, but he tried his hardest, and he clearly has some pretty cool sword fighting skills. So, props to him, but of course, he ends up losing. Afterwards, U2 ends up running past them, freaking out, because two of the bullies from before are basically asking him to become their new leader and help him out, and U2's like, yeah, no, please, God, I'm not equipped for this. We find out the leader from earlier is still missing, and that they had been chasing down U2 to ask for his help, hoping that since he's now part of that moon hunting group, that maybe he can help him out. Shinoa goes ahead and lies to them, saying he's probably already been punished or suspended, and they end up leaving very discouraged. Shinoa deadpan jokes that she's jealous of the attention that U1 is getting, before informing both U1 and 2 that the guy is probably possessed or dead, since the room he had snuck into was where they have demons, swords, and weapons for training, and that if a person goes in there that's not supposed to go in there, they will probably end up dying. Probably as in most likely. They go to investigate the room to see if the guy is in fact still alive. And a very L'Oreal, you're worth it moment happens when the wind rushes quickly past them and their hair moves ever so perfectly in AMV quality.
Your hair. New Power Moisture from L'Oreal Paris. More power to you, and you're worth it.
So the guy is still there. He's in the middle of the room holding an axe, and he just kind of looks possessed, really. And he's surrounded by discarded weapons. And of course, you, being the thief he is, and bad at that, decides to fight the guy to try to steal the weapon, because he says, you know what, this weapon looks weak, but it will do for what I need, to get revenge on the death of my family. Speaking of dead families, after he touches the axe, he ends up somehow looking 4 years younger, and there and before his eyes is his dead family looking very much alive. Of course, it's an illusion, although at the moment I thought maybe it was like if you partner with me, I can make your family alive. But no, it's like, avenge us. So they ask him to sit down for breakfast or food or whatever, and he sits down, he's all happy. And they're like, how's it going? How's it going with the vampire hunting group? And blah, blah, blah. Like, it is 4 years later. And it was confusing. And then it got creepier when he's like, am I dreaming or are you guys alive? And the kids all look at him like, what are you talking about, you? We're dead. We were slaughtered before your eyes, remember? And then the smartest kid of the group said, yeah, we're D-E-D, dead, because that's how you spell dead. So I quickly realized that this Mika is not Mika, obviously. And he starts getting real, almost like romantic with him. He holds him from behind and he's like, accept me inside you and I can help you get what you want. And I was like, this is making me uncomfortable, but at the same time, I'm kind of liking what's going on and I'm conflicted. And the other dead families are not helping the situation. They're still being creepy, speaking in creepy Children of the Corn voices. And all in all, it was a pretty powerful scene. I really felt what you was going through. He's so preoccupied by what the demon is saying to him that doesn't notice the black smoke completely surrounding him, symbolizing him becoming possessed. However, eventually he does break free of the black smog, saying, you're not Mika. Mika would never, ever say, I should get revenge. He would not do that. He doesn't want, anybody else to get hurt. He would take the problem onto himself. You're not him. He then grabs him and he's like, you picked the wrong face to pretend to be not Mika. How dare you? And he's like, who the heck are you? What's going on? How dare you take his face? Mika's not here. You're not him. And he's just outraged. In reply, the demon, with Mika's face, touches his face, almost caressing it and saying, what are you talking about? I'm right here, he says as he puts his forehead against the you's forehead. And it's almost romantic and sensual. Like, the demon's just trying to woo him, court him, if you will. And he almost seems like he's going to sway again, but he just gets even more irritated. And the world around him is collapsing and melting away. The whole dream, if you will, is just disappearing as he just confronts it. And it's like, no, stop it. Get out of here. Stop showing yourself, with Mika's face. After that, the demon reveals his true face, this creepy looking thing, and realizes he really has no power over you. And you ends up waking up confused, not realizing he was very close to being possessed. He's informed that the boy that was possessed before is okay, and he cockily informs that once again, he saved the day and did something that the other vampire hunter group could not do. They need him. And then he asks if the axe is his now, to which she replies, no, Gurren will pick what weapon is suitable. So I'm assuming that's probably going to be maybe a next episode thing or an episode after that him finally getting his weapon. After this exchange, we find out that the number one character in the whole world from the very first episode is alive. And I'm screaming, yes, yes, it's you. You're alive. You're back. Farid. Mwah, I love you, baby boy. I had to pause the anime on my TV to just go, what? You're alive. My Prince Charming is back. This anime's already better again. I thought you were dead. You were shot in the head, but I guess that doesn't kill vampires. speaking of not being dead, I guess correctly, based on the opening, Mika is somehow still alive, and Ferret's been helping him search for you for the past 4 years. And they just found out he's now working with the vampire hunting group. And I guess that means that Ferret and Mika are on the same side. You know, they're Team Edward, and you is now Team Jacob. So, things are going to get complicated. At knife point, Mika is continuously just mocked by my boy Ferret, saying, you know, you was just brainwashed by the vampire hunting group, and now that you guys are on opposite sides, this relationship will probably only end in tragedy. And Mika's not liking what he's hearing. But Ferret don't care, because Ferret is Ferret. Beautiful, perfect, handsome, the love of my life. Anyways, speaking of love of their lives, we find out just how deep, you know, Mika's in the Edward fandom when he looks up and he has fangs. He is now a vampire. Oh no, and you said he was going to kill all the vampires. Now he has to kill Mika as well. This truly is a tale of Romeo and Juliet.
Used to be the one I talk to when I'm sad. Can't you see now tainted love is all we have?
And that pretty much sums up episode 3. I really love it. I give it 9 out of 10 ferrets. Beautiful. Don't forget to comment down below and tell me what you think, and even give suggestions of future anime series you want me to do this with. If I haven't seen it, maybe I'll do it.